I am feel. I am very feel.
I'm feel. I'm ready feel.
Oh, dude. Da papa shooty papa papa dow. Welcome to the DynamiteGizmo podcast, everyone. Episode 200 and what? I don't even know. 229? 230? 230. Holy shit. What a way to cap the end of the year. I guess we still got one more episode. Here's today's card. It's tradition around here to show you the card, but it's not tradition to show you what's on the card, but you'll find out anyway because we'll talk about it. And guess what, motherfuckers? This time, I totally forgot to make the card again. Totes forgot. You get a little wrapped up in stuff, and then you forget to do the card. But we don't need the card because I have preparations on the computer. The card's just kind of a backup. It's kind of like a quick glance sort of situation. You don't know what's going on over here. You haven't been over here, Greg. Huh? What do you know about being Gregory? Gregory's in the audience, and Gregory's saying he hates today because today it's fucking a goddamn snowy blizzard outside. All you motherfuckers out there who don't live in Canada, you are goddamn lucky, okay? Because it is a disaster outside, especially in the Alberta area. It's so gosh darn snowy and cold today. It's just nonstop. Last year we didn't get much snow, but this year we're getting a boatload, dude. It's so much and it's nonstop. I spent the last 40 minutes shoveling outside just to get inside my building. Just to get inside the Santagato studio. Just kidding, we're not in Santagato studios. But it's okay. It's fine, dude. It's all right, okay? It's a little bit of snow. It's a lot of snow, but it's good for you. Okay? Those living in California or Los Angeles, same thing. Florida, Texas, you don't get to experience this. You don't get to experience the hardships of the winter. You don't even get a taste of it. You have no idea. You guys got it really easy. And everyone around here they really dislike the winters. They complain, they bitch and moan because there's so many aspects of it that just makes your life more difficult. And you know what? I used to be the kind of person who would hate it too. But I like it now. It's good. It makes you appreciate the summer so much more when it comes around. So much more. There's so much struggle during the winter. It's crazy. You don't even know. You in Texas right now? Gregory, you're from Texas, aren't you? You have no idea. You have not the slightest inkling of what it's like right now. There's so much snow. And it's cold. It's great. David Goggins, where you at? Let's go for a run, baby. Let's go for a run, David. So there's a lot of shit going on this week. There's so much stuff. There's so much Barbosas. Oh, this one.
A freaking drone the size of a...
Hey, you calm down, buddy. You calm down. No one asked you to talk.
A freaking drone the size of a car.
Hey, buddy. You're ruining the surprise. I am very feel. Oh, we got so much to talk about, dude. Okay, can we pause it, please? This is what it's like at the DynamiteGizmo podcast production studio. Things are just out of whack. You try making a podcast by yourself and see if you don't fuck up every now and then. You try making a podcast by yourself and see if you don't accidentally press buttons every now and then. Okay?
You guys got any bags Hashtags are...
There's been a lot of shit happening this week. We're not even at Christmas yet. We're not even in 2025. And there's drones flying over New Jersey. There's young ladies, 15 years old, shooting up schools. Donald Trump wants to make Canada the 51st state. Tyson Fury is fighting Usyk, Alexander Usyk. What else do we got? Conor McGregor wants to fight Logan Paul. Justin Trudeau might be resigning as the prime minister. I can't fucking wait, and I hope he goddamn does. Get that guy out of here. He doesn't know how to make a tuna fish sandwich. What does he know about tuna fish? The only tuna fish he knows is his stinky fucking arsehole. Smells like tuna fish. All right? And then tomorrow, the 21st, if this does get uploaded on Friday, which it should, the 21st tomorrow, it is the shortest day of the year, my friends. That if you're living in Canada right now and you're one of those people who looks at the snow negatively and is essentially suffering, metaphorically speaking, or maybe you're actually suffering because you live outside. Maybe you're homeless. Just know that tomorrow is the shortest day of the year. After tomorrow, the days will get longer. That is something to look forward to. Yeah, dude. There's always something to look forward to. But we've got so much shit. We've got so much stuff going on this week. I've got boats and boats and boats to talk about. Have you guys seen the drones yet? Have you seen the drones over New Jersey? Let's take a look-ski, shall we?
Pennsylvania, Texas, and Oklahoma, with U.S. senators clamoring for answers.
Who owns them?
Who owns them? They're clamoring.
Who's flying them? What they are? The lack of information is absolutely unacceptable.
You're telling me, guy? So what? There's massive fucking drones flying over the state of New Jersey and New York and wherever else they're flying over. And you guys don't even have a clue as to what it is? There's not even a guess? That's just like, okay, let's let them fly. Let's let them fly over, see what happens. They're all over the place. They're flying all over and no one gives a fuck. Is that not crazy? Or maybe they do know. According to Don T, they do know.
All the drones that are flying around New Jersey and ports. It seems like the American people have a big disconnect.
The government knows what is happening. Look, our military knows where they took off from. If it's a garage, they can go right into that garage. They know where it came from and where it went. And for some reason, they don't want to comment. And I think they'd be better off saying what it is. Our military knows and our president knows. And for some reason, they want to keep people in suspense. I can't imagine it's the enemy, because if it was the enemy, they'd blast it out. Even if they were late, they'd blast it. Something strange is going on. For some reason, they don't want to tell the people, and they should, because the people are really, I mean, they happen to be over Bedminster. Want to know the truth? They're very close to Bedminster. I think maybe I won't spend the weekend in Bedminster. I've decided.
Okay. So what? They don't want to say anything? I get that. Maybe. I don't know. But if I was the government, wouldn't you want to say something? Wouldn't you want to like sprinkle a little bit of information out to the citizens of your own goddamn country? You're just going to keep them in suspense? Yeah, we know what it is, but we're not even going to tell you we know what it is and keep it a secret. We're just going to say nothing. We're going to say nothing. Oh, my leg is covered in duct tape residue right now. Oh, I've got a hairy leg too. Oh, I've got a hairy leg and it's covered in duct tape resin. Oh, shit. Oh, God, that hurts. I got to fix my chair again. My chair's covered in duct tape. You want to have a seat? Want to have a peek? Can you see that? covered, slathered with duct tape, because we only work with professional equipment over here at Santagato Studios. That's right. I'm putting a bad name onto Santagato. Making it seem like their chairs are made of duct tape, dude. That's what you get, Joey and Frankie. What, you think you guys are cool? You guys think you're the cool kids on the block because you got a really big podcast? You think you're better than me, Joey? You don't know fucking shit, dude. You and Frankie. I'm just kidding. I know you guys don't have duct tape on your seats. I know you don't have duct tape on your seats, but I bet you wish you did, though. Jackpot. Maybe it'd make you feel a little more relative to the audience. You guys are so rich. So much money over there. Huh? I saw the video of you dressed up as Santa Claus and the elevator opened and the goddamn pizza delivery man walked in and he was so scared. You scared that man. He probably went home to his wife that night and quit his job because he was so scared of you. I bet he thought he was about to get murdered. The shit that he walked into. Imagine going up an elevator shaft trying to deliver pizza and you walk into the new Santagato Studios with walls surrounding you and cameras on you with lights and a man sitting at a table 20 feet across from you, face to face, dressed up as Santa Claus, telling you to put the pizza down. That guy probably shit his fucking britches, dude. And if you don't know what video I'm talking about, go look it up. It's easy to find, dude. It's easy. Everything's easy to find nowadays on the internet. You could even ask ChatGPT. You can ask Grok. I don't give a goddamn hootenanny what you do. You don't even have to ask. It's probably listening to this video right now and it already pulled it up for you. It's like Jamie from the Joe Rogan Experience. Let's get back into these drones here. I mean, there's really nothing to say. There's nothing to say about the drones because no one else is talking about them. Government's not talking about them. Trump said the government knows about them, but he's not in office yet, so he has got nothing to say. And I'm sure if he was, he'd at least sprinkle some fucking information out to the fucking people. He'd give them a little something. He'd say, well, we know what they are. But here's what they should do. Why don't they just, if they know what they are and they're not saying, why don't they just say that? Why don't they say, we know what these are, but we're not going to tell you. We know what these are, but we ain't going to shoot them down. We're going to let them fly. What if the drones are just regular-ass people? What if it's just regular people with regular-ass drones and they're just flying them around fucking with people, huh? I think drone technology is getting out of hand. It initially was just in the military, just like everything else, just like VR, just like artificial intelligence, just like every fucking thing, every piece of technology that we ever have. It always starts at the military and then it gets slowly released out to the public. And by the time we get a hold of it, the military had already had it for a long-ass time, and they understand how it works inside and out. But now we've got a hold of drones. We've got a hold of Jerome. Jerome the drone. Oh, if I had a drone, I'm naming him Jerome, dude. And I'm painting it black. But if we had Jeromes, or we do have Jeromes, what am I saying? We have drones. So, how do we know it's not just some person fucking around? I guess because they're big drones? How big of a drone can a regular person buy? Can we only buy the little bastards? I don't know. I don't speak French. Sure wish I did. There's really nothing else to say about the drones. And that's because nothing has been said. And I'm sure the story is just going to be brushed right past by the time this fucking episode gets released.
A frickin' drone the size of a car just came down and sprayed pee all over the front of my pants. And an orb came and put tears on my face. Oh no, oh man, a drone came down and put pee on my pants, and an orb came and put tears on my...
This is the world we're living in, dude. It's very unfortunate. I feel bad for this man. He's just trying to live his life, and now he's got piss pants. He's got piss all over his pants now because the government won't let us know where these drones are coming from. Is this the kind of world we want to live in? Huh? Do you want to walk out your door with piss all over your pants? Do you want to walk out your door without having the fear of getting piss all over your pants? We need Donald Trump in here. If we don't want piss on our pants, we need to get him in. I mean, he's already in, but it's just, we just got to wait. We got to wait till January. When is it? When's the inaugural election? Alexa, when does the inauguration of Donald John Trump happen?
Sorry, I don't have an answer for that.
She said I don't have an answer. What? Alexa, when does the inauguration of the president happen?
Sorry, I don't know that.
Why doesn't she know that? Alexa, why don't you know when the inauguration happens?
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
She is so fucking left-wing, dude. I need to throw this in the trash. You ask it any question about Donald Trump, it will not fucking answer. That's crazy, dude. What's going on? What's going on? Who's the owner of Amazon again? What's his name? Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos. Come on, man. Get your shit together. Now I gotta manually Google? Are you out of your mind, dude? What's the point of having Amazon if I have to manually Google? When is the Fuck, how am I gonna... I don't even know how to spell inauguration. Oh, it's already there. Maybe it's not actually like... That information doesn't exist yet, maybe. Inauguration Day is the day when the president-elect and vice president-elect are sworn into office. No shit, dude. I didn't ask what is inauguration. I said, when is it? Inauguration Day occurs every 4 years on January 20th or January 21st if January 20th falls on a Sunday, the day of the Lord. So why the fuck couldn't Alexa answer that?
There is no incoming call.
I didn't ask that, Alexa. Alexa, when is Inauguration Day for the United States?
Sorry, I don't know that one.
How does she not know? Alexa, who is the upcoming president of the United States?
I don't know that one.
Alexa, who was the vice president of the United States?
Kamala Harris is the Vice President of the United States from January 20th, 2021 to January 20th, 2025. According to Reuters...
Okay, Alexa, stop! Alexa, who just won the 2024 election in the United States?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dude, I'm throwing that in the trash, dude. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, I know people have done experiments like this and it actually hasn't worked, but now it's legitimately not working. She's not answering a fucking question about Donald Trump. What's going on, man? That's horseshit. Because that information is completely readily available. She can't even answer when the inauguration day is. She's that pissed. She's that left wing. She's like, I don't even want to fucking answer, dude. I wanted Kamala to win. Who gives a fuck? That thing's going in the trash, dude. Unless I should keep it and maybe we can continue to experiment with it as the days go on. These are the days of our lives. Dun dun dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun dun. Dun dun dun. No. All right, so we got to move on because there's nothing else to talk about with these drones. There's nothing to talk about because they didn't release any fucking information. So here's something crazy, dude. I don't know if you know, and you might not even know. You might not even know. But there was another fucking school shooting in guess what? In guess where? United States. There was another school shooting in Wisconsin. And it was done by a 15-year-old girl. And it came out into the news, and then it was like immediately brushed past. You want to know why? Well, it's because the United States has so many goddamn school shootings now that it's just becoming a regular part of everyday life. We don't give a fuck about it anymore. It comes and it goes. A school shooting happens, and we're like, oh, again? I wonder when the next one's scheduled. There's just as many school shootings as there are UFC pay-per-views every month. The government should start fucking paying people for coverage of the school shootings. We should have pay-per-view events for these school shootings. That's how many there are. This time it was even a girl. They spiced it up by throwing a fucking 15-year-old girl in the mix, you know? It's always been fucking male shooters. Now we got a girl bringing in a little fucking DEI, a little diversity into the mix. And still no one paid attention. No one gave a fuck. No one gave a fuck, dude. It's done. It's over. And maybe that's what we need. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's the solution. Because we know the guns aren't the issue. I don't care what the fuck you think. I bet Alexa would. I bet this bitch would want to get rid of the guns. Okay? I guarantee that's what she would want. Should we ask her? Alexa, should we remove guns in America?
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
She's playing the unbiased card. She doesn't want to answer because it's going to offend people. She's a little slut, isn't she? I would like to make like a Amazon Alexa. Fuck. Stop it. Every time I say the name, she gets triggered. But I want to make one that's like Grok, you know? Doesn't give a fuck. What is that message on my screen? Doesn't give a fuck about anything you say. You can ask it anything. It'll answer everything unbiased. It'll just go. Anyway, back to this, though. I don't even remember what I was saying about it, but this girl, I think she killed a teacher and a student or something. So maybe that's why it didn't get as much coverage. Because it was just 2 kills. And listen, I'm not making fun. I'm not, it's very unfortunate. It's extremely unfortunate. Should not have happened. But I'm not the one who's not talking about it. Nobody's talking about it. It got brushed past the media. Everything. Nobody's talking about this. Like, nobody's talking about this. It came out. I saw it on X. And then the second I heard about it, gone. Nothing. Like, seriously, nothing. Remember all the other shootings we had? Remember the good old days? When there was a school shooting? We at least talked about it for 3 days. Not anymore. Second it comes out, it's like, okay, moving on. Because I guess this is just a regular thing now. So that's what I was saying. So maybe that is the solution. We don't get rid of the guns. We just stop acknowledging the school shootings. School shooting happens. Forget about it. Don't even talk about it. You bring awareness to it. Now it's cool. Which, generally speaking, it doesn't go that way. Usually, the cool things are the unique things. Oh, but yeah, school shootings aren't unique anymore. They're not unique. School shootings aren't unique anymore. They're too popular. They happen too often. There's too many. So it's not cool. The kids don't think they're cool anymore. So they're going to die off. Huh? Maybe we'll go another 20 years without them. That'd be nice. I mean, it's been a bit since we had one. And this one came out and it's like, nah, whatever. We're over it. We're over school shootings. Let's try something else. Let's try school bombings. Spice things up a bit. Huh? This might be the end of it. There's so many things. There's so many negatives that are coming to the end. It seems like right around now, 2025, things are changing. Things are changing, dude. In every country. All over the place. We've been going through all this shit, and now we're coming back into this swing of things, of just niceness. It seems like everybody's starting to go back to religion now, too. You notice that? A lot of people, I'm seeing it so much, so often. People who weren't religious are now becoming religious or accepting the idea of religion and slowly dipping their fucking feet into the water. It's happening. It's a nice swing. It's a nice change. It's nice to get back to the way things are peaceful, at least to almost certainty degree. We're seeing it happen, dude. Justin Trudeau has ruined our country, Canada that is. And Donald Trump, who's fixing everything, also wants to fix Canada now. He wants to make Canada the 51st, that's hard to say, 51st state of the United States of America. And you know what? I'm fucking down, dude. Let's do it. Let's fucking go, baby. All right? We're making all kinds of changes all over the place. Let's fucking make Canada the 51st state. That would be... I'm fucking rights, dude. I want to live in the States to begin with already. Let's just fucking bite the bullet, make it the 51st state, but first, get fucking Trudeau out of there. Don't make him the governor. All right? Let's not even consider that. Let's let him resign or get him out of there somehow first and then make it the 51st state. All right, let's do that. Let's do that. Because we all know that whoever that fucking girl was in Trudeau's fucking office, she quit. She resigned. And she was in charge of what was it? I don't fucking know. Because I'm not good with politics, dude. I'm not a political politizer. All right? I trickle in it. I let it trickle onto my fucking face every now and then. Because you have to. But I'm not at a point now where I can really grasp a nice thought or opinion on what the hell's going on. All I know is the way it is right now, trash. Get it out of here. And on my last video that I posted, basically talking about Trudeau and how, Trudeau, but like the state in which Canada is right now, where it's so bad. There's so many fucking weird laws and DEI and fucking trans right shit, bullshit that's going on. And I made a video expressing that even though that's happening in Canada, Canadians don't like it. And a fella by the name of Chunky Bum. Now, by the way, I don't read comments to begin with, okay? I do the Joe Rogan method. You post it and you ghost it. The comments aren't for you, okay? If you're making content online, the comments are not for the creator. They're not for you. The good ones or the bad ones. The good ones inflate your ego. The bad ones make you feel like a pile of trash. So avoid it all. Okay? Yes, it is nice to interact with your fans. And yes, you're going to go in there a little bit every now and then. But the comments, they don't help. They don't make your life better. They make it bad. They're not fun. They ruin things. So leave the comments. Leave the comments for the commenters. Leave the comments for the viewers. They can fuck around in the comments. They can discuss things. They can talk amongst each other. But if you focus on your comments when you're making content, you're going to have a rough time, boy. And not only that, it's going to influence the way you make your content. Because you're going to look at the comments and you're going to go, oh, do they really think that? Oh, maybe I should do it this way instead if they don't like that. Oh, you keep doing you, bro. We're in a free fucking state now. Things are swinging, like I talked about, in the right direction. It's better. Back 5 years ago, you weren't allowed to talk about anything because it offends people. Ugh. Barf, I'm going to puke my fucking brains out. Just be yourself and don't read the comments. But I read the comments because I don't get a lot of comments because I just don't. Mr. Chunky Bum says, no, y'all. Okay. So he commented on the clip, the segment of last week's podcast that I posted online, and the title was called Canadians Don't Want It Either. Meaning, Canadians don't want all this bullshit. Specifically talking about the Joe Rogan episode when Joe Rogan said there was a man in Canada who is dressing up as a little girl, identifying as a little girl, and going into little girls' locker rooms. And there's another guy who is getting paid by taxpayer money to produce fucking titty milk. Shit like that. So I made the clip and I said, Canadians don't want it either. Yes, it exists in Canada, but Canadians don't want it. And then Chunky Bum says, no, y'all do want it, or y'all would stand up and rally and change laws through putting the right people in power. Don't complain about your government if you're just going to sit back and reap zero benefits. That guy's funny. I like that guy. I like Chunky Bum. He's a nice guy. I'd hang out with him. But he's misinformed, though. He really thinks Canadians aren't doing anything. We have been. We have been the entire time. We have been. And we're right at the point of things to change. Things are right there. They're going to change. We're right around the corner. Whether or not Trudeau resigns, things are going to change. Because the election's coming up anyway. And abso-fucking-lutely, Trudeau's not going to stay. Like, if we could put bets on whether or not he would win, you would 100%. I'd sell. I'd take every fucking asset I have, which is nothing. It's like some pudding cups and some old tires. I'd put it all on fucking Pierre, dude. There's no goddamn way he is not going to win. All right? And because Justin Trudeau's fucking whatever her goddamn name is resigned, everyone has this idea that they're like, oh, so Trudeau's next. Trudeau has to resign. He's next in line, and everyone keeps talking about it. But is it going to happen? Probably not. But I like it. And these are the things people are doing. We're protesting. There's been protests. There's been the trucker protest. Protests. There's been a lot of Canadians have been doing stuff, okay? Mr. Chunky Bum. It's just unless we like there's only so we're doing exactly what needs to be done. But it doesn't change anything because the powers prevent it. So because we've done everything that we're supposed to do, what ends up happening is it gets to this point. stuff like this happens.
Prime Minister, are you going to remain in office, sir?
No, what gives you the right to continue? What gives you the right to stay in office? You failed Canada. You've ruined our country. You're done. Walk away. You don't have an ounce of your father's integrity. At least he walked in the snow. You've ruined this country. Everyone around you is running from you. You're abandoning you. Christian Freeland, Sean Fraser, they've all left you. It's time for you to go. It's time for Canada to have an election. You're not the king.
Okay, that's the Prime Minister getting into his motorcade.
Yeah, that's the Prime Minister getting into his motorcade. You see what I'm saying? When you do everything you can and still nothing happens, people go and find him and they scream at him and call him a piece of shit. And they make flags. They make stickers that say, fuck Trudeau. Which is great. I have 16 of them. Love them. Not Trudeau. The stickers, I mean.
You fucking scumbag! You're garbage! You're garbage! Where's my tax money? Where's my tax money? Fuck Trudeau! You fucking piece of shit! Fuck you! Fuck Trudeau! Fuck you! Fuck Trudeau!
So this has been going on, Mr. Chunky Bum. This has been going on for 5, 6, 7, however fucking many years. We see this shit all the fucking time. Whenever Trudeau is in public, this is the reaction. Every time. Every single fucking time. When he's actually out in public with the actual, real Canadian citizens, this is the reaction. Because they have nothing left to do. There's nothing else to do. You can't get rid of them. It's all been done. So they have no choice but to scream in his face, but Mr. Chunky Bum doesn't see this, I guess. He doesn't see this. And Chunky Bum's going to think, well, this doesn't solve the problem. And it's like, yeah, this specifically doesn't. This specifically doesn't. But everything else didn't work. So this is what it leads to. So I just want to make it aware. Because again, I can't talk about politics because I don't fucking know shit about them. I'm not a politician. I'm not a guy who follows politics. But I get doused with it. Because it's, I live in the country. I live in the country, and there's all this talk about shit happening, so I have to bring it to light. I know he's a bad boy, Justin Trudeau. I don't even like saying his name. I have the same name as him, the first name at least, and I don't like saying it. Because in terms of like actually what's happening, it's almost impossible to live in Canada. You don't even have to know about the politics to understand how hard it is to live in Canada. On so many different levels. There's so many things that just make this country a fucking shithole. Now, we used to have Canadian pride. We used to love this country. We used to be so proud of everything. And those who are true Canadians still are. But we hate the way in which the country is right now. We hate the state of it. And so that's why I'm totally fine with Canada becoming the 51st state. I think that would be fucking awesome, dude. Wouldn't that be fucking cool? I don't care what you say. Some people are saying, like, you're a traitor if you think that Canada should be the 51st state. And it's like, well, why? What does it matter, dude? Just fucking sneak us in there. We'd be the biggest state in the United States. We'd take over Texas. Texas thinks it's big. Oh, no, dude. We'd be fucking huge. We'd be huge. We're basically like a part of the states already anyway. We're sandwiched between Alaska and the rest of the states. Just fucking clump it all together, dude. What does it matter? It'd be a nice little change. It'd be a huge change. But I think it'd be cool. Imagine? Why not? Why can't we all just be together? The dominant force that we'd have over the world. We'd be the United States is already the elite to a certain degree. China, Russia, they're kind of taking that number one spot now. But if the States got Canada, we'd be unstoppable, dude. We'd be an unstoppable fucking force. We'd be fucking Megatron. Evolving into big robot. Big car robot. Bigger car robot. Let's do it, Trump. Let's do it. Look, we got Terry Fox back on the $5 bill. Okay? Let's let Trudeau resign or quit or get to the end of his term. We'll let Pierre get in. We'll put Terry Fox back on the $5 bill. And then we'll fucking merge into the United States to become the 51st fucking state. And then life is fucking good, dude. It's just smooth sailing. Cruising. Then we fucking stop the wars. Bring manufacturing back to the States and use all that land in Canada to fucking start building some fucking factories and infrastructure. It'd be nice, dude. We got all this water, too. We got water. We got oil. Come on, dude. Put us all together. Nice, big, happy fucking family. Nice, big, happy family. Oh, yeah, there was this, too. So Mr. Trudeau went for a jog, and a nice young lad came up to him to say hello. You may or may not have seen this, but they give you a little taste.
Justin! Look at this. Justin!
Yeah, it's so awkward. Because Justin thinks like, this is a fan of mine. There you go, he says. But right as he says it, the guy calls him a fook.
Justin! Look at this. Justin!
It almost sounds like he says fatty.
Justin! Look at this.
Is he saying fatty? Doesn't it sound like fatty? I don't think it's it sounds like fatty. No, he's for sure saying Why would he say fatty?
Justin! Look at this.
And now I'm realizing that you can't even hear it because I'm going to obviously bleep it. Which I don't want to. But if I don't, YouTube will take this video down. So we're not fully free. We're mostly there. Gotta bleep a few every now and then. It's okay. It's alright. It's a price you gotta pay. It's a price you gotta pay. Oh shit, dude. Look at this. Hold on. I got stuff all over I got so many tabs open right now. What do we got going on here? Oh, so many tabs, dude. Wait. Oh, yeah, fuck. Oh my god. Okay, I'm unorganized. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay, so what? Okay, let me see here. What do we got next to talk about? Which the really only last thing that we have is UFC news, which kind of excited to talk about this, but I'm not excited about it, if you know what I mean. So Conor McGregor put out a tweet. You know, he loves to tweet. This guy loves to tweet. He also likes to take fucking voice note tweets, and I think he's the only fucking one on the platform who utilizes that. But I say all the power to him because they're hilarious. They're hilarious, dude. But he puts out this tweet. Oh my God. I just realized my phone's not plugged in, but that's okay. Who needs to plug in a phone nowadays anyway? Actually, I might plug it in because it might die. Hyundai, hi, how are ya? I'm back. So, for those who don't know, which you might know by now, but Conor McGregor put out a tweet on the 17th of December, which was yesterday for me, and it says, "The rumors of a bout with Topuria are false. I am in a preliminary agreement with the Ambani family to face Logan Paul in a boxing expedition in India. I have agreed. I will then seek my return to the octagon." Now, hold the fuck on here. Hold your fucking horses and call me Bucky Lasek. What is going on here? What are we doing? Don't you fucking dare tell me that Conor McGregor's return is going to be with Logan motherfucking Paul. Don't you dare tell me that. Now, nothing is confirmed yet. It's not actually officially confirmed yet. Logan hasn't exactly said anything other than two eyeballs, the two eyeball emojis looking at the tweet. No organization has confirmed it. Nothing other than that tweet from Conor McGregor has been released. So there's no guarantee that this is the truth. You know Conor. He likes to talk shit. Not just talk shit, but he says bullshit. He just says stuff. He's always said stuff. And sometimes it does happen. If you think back to when he fought Mayweather, he was spouting and being like, I'm fighting Mayweather. And that's all he was talking about. And the entire community of people who were involved with UFC or combat sports in general was like, it's not happening. It's not happening. And guess what? It did happen. Now, when you look at this and you look at what has happened since then, I mean, Mayweather and McGregor, and now, you got to look at this and be like, this is actually a possibility. If this news was released back then, it'd be like, absolutely fucking not. This is not happening. He's for sure full of shit. This is obviously a joke. There is no way in fucking hell this could ever happen. But when you look at the situation and all aspects of it, which we're going to talk about, now, this is so... this is like... I could absolutely see this happening. That's not me saying that I want it to happen, mind you, but I can for sure see this happening. So let's look at what has happened, okay? During the post-fight press conference of the fight night that just happened last weekend between Kobe Covington and Joaquin Buckley, which was honestly a really great fucking card. I'm glad I watched it, but that's beside the point. In the post-fight press conference, Dana White said, guys, I have some news that's completely left field that you guys are never going to see coming, and we just got it like finalized or in the works last night. It just started to happen. So Dana just dropped that little seed. He didn't say what it was. He didn't give any sort of hint as to what it could be. He just said there's something that's so left field, something that nobody's going to expect is about to happen. And he said it's going to be huge. That's all he said, though. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's Conor and Logan. But right after he said that, Conor put out that tweet. Okay? And now you might be saying, well, why is Conor going for Logan and not Jake Paul? Jake Paul is the technically the boxer, the one who's pursuing boxing. Jake Paul is the one who's been calling out Conor McGregor forever. Logan has never shown an interest into Conor McGregor. It's always been Jake. So why is Conor going after Logan? Well, here's what I'm thinking. We know Conor McGregor is in hot water now because of the lawsuit. He is convicted for assault associated with what could be deemed as rape. So to get him straight back into UFC would be very tough at this point in time, just because of the way he is looked at in the media. We know Dana White is not going to advocate for cancel culture, but he knows if he puts Conor McGregor into the UFC right away, it's not going to go the way he expected, and there's going to be too much backlash, whether he likes it or not. But he's not going to completely disregard Logan. Or he's not going to completely disregard McGregor. Because he can't. He still has 2 fights left on his contract. Dana's really loyal, especially to Conor McGregor, no matter what he did. So he needs to keep him around. But he has to stay relevant. He can't come back into the UFC yet, but he has to stay relevant. There's also the factor that Conor McGregor absolutely needs the money. Proper 12 dropped him. All his sponsors dropped him. Those specifically Proper 12 was his main source of income. This guy has so many expenses right now. Yachts, houses, cars, so much shit that he has to pay for. So much. Proper 12 was his main source of revenue, and he was making fucking bank off that shit. He is eventually going to run out of money. So plus all this lawsuit bullshit, he needs that money. He needs money. But his image is so tainted right now, he has no choice but to take these bonkers offers. He knows this will make him a shit ton of money because that Albani family that he mentioned, those guys, I looked into it, and they are the wealthiest family in all of India, and I think maybe even all of that whole eastern area. They're worth multi-billions of fucking dollars. Conor's image is not going to affect them at all. But this is going to draw so many eyes and make so much money that Conor has to do something for now. Because he has to stay relevant. He has to stay relevant. He has to do something in order to keep revenue coming in and stay relevant at the same time to kind of hold his place in the world right now. Keep eyes still on him until he's able to go back into the UFC. Okay? And then there's the other factor, and that is, why didn't he fight Jake Paul? Well, because Jake Paul is associated with the PFL. Conor is signed to UFC. He still has 2 fights on his contract under the UFC. There is nothing he can do with Jake to fight him in boxing or MMA, because he would have to disassociate himself with the UFC and do it with the PFL. Because I don't remember how it is exactly, but Jake is involved with the PFL somehow. Like he is like he owns part of it or some shit. I don't know. I don't know the specifics, but what I do know is that Jake Paul is associated with the PFL, and that's direct competition to the UFC, and Conor can't do anything unless the only other way would be is if Dana White signed Jake Paul to the UFC for like 1 fight, and that's not gonna fucking happen. It's not gonna happen. So you might be asking, well, Logan, he's with the WWE. How is this going to work? That's not UFC. Well, I don't know if you know, but the parent organization, TKO, owns UFC and WWE. They're both under the TKO umbrella. Okay? So Logan Paul and Conor McGregor both fall under the same parent company. That fucking restriction, that tape has, there is no red tape. There's nothing to get through. There's no red tape to cross because they're already under the same organization. So that makes things just even easier. They can just get this going. It's going to keep Conor McGregor relevant. It's going to continue to make him money. And it's going to mull the time over until he's able to come back into the UFC. All right? And not only that, like, Logan is already involved, even though he is in WWE, even though he is under that umbrella, he's got Prime. And, like, Prime is the official sports drink of the UFC. Okay? So even if he wasn't involved with WWE, they're still all intermingled together. So I think that's why the Logan and Conor fight makes more sense than Jake Paul and Conor. So they're going this route. And as much as I hate this idea, as much as I don't want this to happen, I think it is going to happen. And it's not going to be exciting. It will be more exciting than Jake and Mike Tyson by far. But this is just one of those fucking expedition things where all it is for the money. That's all it is. It's not exciting. Obviously, we're all going to watch it. Whether you're a combat sports fan or not, you're going to tune into it because you have to. You have no other choice. The only question is, because it's a boxing event and because it's this Albani family that's putting all this money into it, and because it is essentially under this TKO umbrella with UFC and WWE, what platform is it going to be streamed on? How are we going to watch this? Is it going to be Netflix again like Jake and Mike Tyson? And then you got to think, well, if it is Netflix, that puts Dana White and the UFC's foot in the door for essentially putting UFC on Netflix. So that's also a factor. This is a step in the door to Netflix. As crazy and ridiculous as this fight seems, this gets UFC's foot in the door to Netflix. If that's even the case, that's just a complete speculation. It might not even be Netflix. It could be any one of the streaming services. But Netflix obviously makes the most sense. It's the biggest one. So there's all these factors at play as to why this fight makes sense on paper and why it would come to be. At first glance, when you look at it, you're like, Conor versus Logan. Are you fucking kidding me? Why? But when you actually dive into it and think about it and look at all these factors, you're like, oh, that makes sense why it would happen. It for sure makes sense. But again, there's still not enough information released. We still don't even know if it's confirmed. But I think it's going to happen. Crazier things have happened. Crazier things. Like I said, back in the day, you would never think that Conor McGregor would stoop this low. But there's so many factors at play now. And I think the biggest one is the fact that he's in this lawsuit. And to think, what if he didn't have that injury this year and he did fight Michael Chandler? And then maybe he would have had another fight. And then that would have been the end of his UFC contract. He would have been done. He would have been out. And then what? He'd be absolutely screwed. I think either way this fight would have happened with Logan versus Conor, because at that point he wouldn't have even been with the UFC anymore. And then he would have no choice but to do this. Or maybe he would just put all his efforts into BKFC. I don't know. But until more information gets released, that's all we got right now. And that's it for this episode of the Dynamite Gizmo podcast. We didn't watch really any clip. That's not it. There's just one final thing I need to mention, which I kind of did mention it earlier, but Fury versus Usyk is tomorrow. Not really a big fan of boxing, but I do watch it when there's good shit. So if you want something fun or exciting to watch tomorrow, I would check into this, because this is, I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not going to get into like the whole history behind it. Just know that this is their second fight, and just know that these are two of the most iconic fucking heavyweights. I think they're heavyweights. I don't know much about boxing. In the division, maybe of all time, specifically Fury. And Usyk already beat him once. So it's happening again. Big, big money into this. Fucking Saudi Arabian money into this. And I just want to say the promos for this shit is next level. They're so good. That one that we showed at the beginning of this episode, that was just one of the many, 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 many promos for these fights. For this fight, I mean. And I wish UFC would do shit like this, because it's so fucking cool. It's so entertaining. But Dana White's talked about this, and he's like, we don't have to do it because the fights are so good, and yada yada. And I guess that's true to an extent. But Fury versus Usyk is tomorrow. Really, I think that is the last real big event of the year in terms of combat sports. And then, yeah, January comes, and then we're starting fresh. New champs coming around the corner, dude. Rising stars. Anyway, that's it for this episode of the Dynamite Gizmo podcast. I hope you enjoyed it. You know the drill. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell, share the video. Do what you need to do. Obviously, you're not obligated to, but if you made it this far, you might as well do at least some of that stuff. Why not? It's free. Doesn't take much of your time. Just go ahead and do it. Anyway, that's it. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.